Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Age of Cignare Online. This is your friend Cignare. In today's live streaming, we're going to talk a little bit about some updates, some of the things that we've been doing in the last few days. It is super califragilisticexpialidocious. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm losing my breath. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Woo. So, anyways, I just wanted to start from this screen because I wanted to mention that this image back here, we're going to be updating it. So we're going to try to give you guys a nice and amazing start, something that it will really profound the entry of the game. We understand this is the classic vanilla looking, but we're no longer going to try to stick with the vanilla stuff in terms of the visuals, I will have to say. Yeah, some of the mechanicals and all this stuff, they will remain because they are the ones that make the game, function. But when it comes to the visuals, we're going to try to, make it a unique, make it look that it belongs to a new era, a new age, the age of Cignare. Let's go in, baby. Let's go in. Probably have a few people in the game. It's too early in the eastern United States of America. It's about what? 1 o'clock in the afternoon, actually. 4 minutes to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I have to say, let me go ahead and make this sound a little bit more settled. And I want to start by, of course, thanking, all those players that has been, wow. Seriously, you guys been absolutely incredible. The expectation is being overwhelmed. I mean, you guys are really grind the shit out of this, and we didn't even see you guys going to over level 150 in the first week. We're literally a week and 2 days since we actually last Sunday, not this Sunday, but the one prior, the Sunday after Christmas, I think, I believe. And wow, I mean, we did increase the experience to ensure that you guys, go through the game as smooth as possible, considering all the changes that we have made to an extent, right? And the fact is that a lot of you, if not all of you, have played an amazing part. And I will have to say that those who really have come and give us information to reshape the form and everything in the game that we are, that we're visualizing, it's all you. So again, as I stated to one of my a couple of players that came in on the Discord, and I said, look, we're our goal is to shape the quality of life, the game itself, to the players, right? To their vision, to their needs, to what they really want, what they expect for so many years and nothing was done. I believe this is not the case. The fact is that it's been absolutely incredible. We actually have a couple of players that never played the game before, and they're actually having a blast. And I'm so excited that we have gotten there, and I'm even more excited where we're going. The fact is that it's going to be absolutely incredible. I want to say the skills soon enough will be in the right position. There are maybe a few skills that throughout the years players did not agree with the functionality of the mechanical system of the actual skill. I'm actually in agreement with that. I believe there's several skills that, in the heat of the moment when the game was created, they were implemented just to kind of create an inventory. I believe that some of those skills can be relocated. Some of them can be even exchanged for a skill that is on a lower level and a skill that is on a higher level that is not producing very well. It's not a very well skill. And we can just convert them, right? We can just switch them and make that one a low level, or whatever. Or we can just increase and change the functionality of the system. Like some skills, the ones that I don't like, especially for magic, when you have to get so close to your target to do an area, it puts you more at risk. It drains more your HP, of course, and it pretty much take away from the fun. There should be other aspects within the game itself that is actually more beneficial than that. But other than that, yeah, the skills would definitely have a good balance. Now, I want to also mention there's so many things that has happened that I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. And most likely within the stream, if Cage is watching, he's probably gonna either jump in or not. Maybe not, but he may jump in. I'm actually logged into the Discord channel, so he will be able to probably jump in and so on and so forward. But I want to say in the last few days, man, not last few days, last 12 months, Cage has outdone himself. But in the last few days, he's working on building these tools that, holy shit, bro. I seen what he did and what he's doing to balance all the experience, to balance all the items, to balance all the mobs. And bro, hell yeah. I mean, hell fucking yeah. It's absolutely astronomical. The fact is that, I just don't want to give up much in because it's not within my right to do that. I don't think it's fair for me to dig in into something that is clearly, an incredible aspects of the mechanicals and the back office to make sure that the front office, which is you guys, the game itself, can be worked on in a much efficient way. A way we can get much better outcomes in a more faster way. And this is freaking astronomical. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. The the balancing of those categories are going to bring a blueprint to our game. It's definitely going to bring a foundation that we can scale much easier once we found a solid ground. Once we found the solid ground, it's going to be just like, ah, let's go. Absolutely. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And, wow, this music that I put in Veil is so freaking chilling. I love it. Let me mute it just a little bit. And the fact is that also, we're still on the, what's the word? Let me minimize this. So the inventory for the characters, yes, we did. Let me go this way and go to the warehouse. Hey, we got demonic here. Warehouse as well, right here. So we created those items, which they already were created. This is items that existed in the 2012, 2011, 2010 version when I was a GM specifically. There, my man right here, demonic. He's probably one of the highest level as well, and definitely a loyal member of our community. I love the horse. The new horse looks really nice, the brown horse. So we have this one and we have the other one. We just have implemented the other one. The other one we can actually do some armor, make it look so nice. Anyways, as I was saying, was watching your live stream stuff. Pretty cool. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. As I was saying, the warehouse and inventory. He wants some gold. Let's hook him up real quick. There you go, bro. 25,000. Go get your. He's on the cash up. Yep. Well, this is testing mode. beta. So we're definitely helping the players, get out there, giving them as much as they need to flawlessly go through all the map as many as they can. We do apologize the fact that we didn't realize that you guys are such a hardcore players, been playing this for 15 years, and some of you are so good at the game, and we just, and the fact is that we do want to scale the game based on you, the hard players, the ones that actually dedicate a lot of time throughout the years, because you're the one are going to be more excited and more impressed about the changes that we're going to do. New players, yeah, they're going to enjoy, so on and so forth. But the fact is that those who are playing the game for 10, 15, like me, 18 years, been on this, is absolutely, it's going to be incredible. I believe that is going to mean a lot to you guys. And that being said, we're not yet in the decision making when it comes to this, but most likely, not 100% sure. This information I'm going to give you now, it could change even after the server opens, where we go live. But we're almost certain that we're going to give you guys 100% the inventory. That means that every time you make a character, you have 5 pages. At that moment, you realize each page is 20. That's 100 spaces per pages. However, that is still a decision to make. It will be. We're trying to create value for the accounts of the player. We're trying to create where the players can actually, pretty much feel that they don't have to create 20 accounts to have space. We are going to have a system where you'll be able to create a secondary account, and those accounts are going to be linked to either masters, which are going to be the guilds master, or any other player who wish to have a secondary account. There will be a system implemented for that, so that way you can have your secondary account. We are talking about expansion when it comes to warehouse. We don't know yet how is that going to play it out. There are several aspects in the table to kind of analyze this. In my opinion, if we could implement a system where we go into an NPC, and because in your own account, right, you have a catch item that you can just activate in your character, and then you can just go into the NPC and you will have there another 5 pages, I mean 4 pages, sorry, increase, right? That's still in the air. We're just talking about it. I don't know if that's possible or not. Again, a lot of the things that sometimes we talk, they are partially, not fictitious, but they're partially things that we do not know yet if they can be implemented or not. There's been several occasions when we talk about something and we thought it wasn't possible, and it was. So yeah, that right there in itself can be big for you guys. At the same time, you can also count on the revamping of the entire cash shop. So everything in here, from let me do this. Let me put this here. So everything in the cash shop will be incredible price reduction. A lot of this stuff are going to be dropping from premium zone, right? Like the MPs and HP, the party as well. I believe they're going to be dropping the guild ones. The big ones are going to be dropping from bosses. The Phantom Gather is going to be a beautiful items because we did the color coding in the game, meaning if you are in red and you die, you potentially, not always, but you have a probability, a percentage that you may drop an item from your inventory. I believe it will be from this inventory and not from the mount inventory. Not sure 100% of that, but I will make sure that we get that information and we put it into perspective so that you guys can actually see what's up, and if that is going to be something that it will be implemented. The Aura of Brilliance. The Aura of Brilliance, I'm going to change the name because it's just these names that they were implemented back in the days. Okay, cool. They wanted to give you this medieval fastidious, but a lot of people don't understand what that means. And yeah, unless you read the actual, stop players from losing experience if you have it in inventory, but that means when you die. So instead of Aura of Brilliant, we can just call it, EXP loss prevention item. Boom. Player stops player from losing experience when dying if item is in the inventory. Whatever. We'll find a better one. But this is definitely a nice one. You will definitely appreciate this one. Now, the next one I'm going to show you. And the reason I'm showing you this is because of the mechanicals that we have changed. These items become more valuable to you. As they become more valuable, they're still going to be dropping price. And they're going to be dropping from Premium Zone as well. So the Scroll of Rebirth. This one is going to be an extremely valuable item. Let me give you an scenario. Let's say 3 or 4 of your friends are killing the boss, right? Let's say whatever boss. And let's say somebody comes in and they kill one of you, or the boss just kill you. The ideal thing that you guys were used to doing is that you log out, log back in, right? You restart and you right back where you started, and as fast as you can do that. And when the boss die, when the boss die, you basically if you log in on time, you'll be able to log in and get your drops. However, that is not going to happen now. The fact is that to be able to get drops from the boss, you have to participate. You have to hit the boss. You have to hit more than 5%. You have to hit it. And I understand that we still have some discrepancies on that system, but that will get fixed. So that's irrelevant at this point. But the fact is, what I was trying to say is, if one of you dies, and let's say you restart, you are removing yourself from the actual rewarding list, meaning you're not going to get shit. However, if you use a rebirth scroll, or when you die, you go up to town, you will maintain your position on the hard work you did. So let's say, for example, you don't have a rebirth, but then you press town and you've done 50% damage of the boss. You will retain that 50% damage position, and when the boss die, you will receive your rewards based on the rolling, of course. So it doesn't mean that because you die and you went to town, you will lose your hard work. That's actually pretty cool, because imagine, I remember when me and a friend were killing the boss, and then all of a sudden 5 players came in and they killed us and they took the boss from us. And we had it already 90% dead. And they just showed up almost at the end and they took all of our hard work and they killed it in 3 minutes and we lost everything. Right? That right there sucks. Now it's a whole different ballpark. The participation on the boss is going to determine your reward. Simple as that. So if you're a standby and you're not doing any damage and you're just waiting for them to kill the boss, yeah, cool. Once the notification comes out, you will see who got who and what they rolled. Other than that, there's nothing else in the boss you'll be able to do but to look and stare how other people kill it. The fact is that the system's still on a testing mode, and there is some tweaking and fixing that needs to be done. But the main aspects of it and the idea of it is already built. So I think that is absolutely incredible. So again, the rebirth is going to be an amazing item. The guild notification, that's actually pretty cool for masters. I actually kind of like that. When I was a master, I pretty much loved it. I used to communicate with my players when we were going to war, when we were in camping, when we were doing many different things. This is how you communicate with your guild when you're not online, and so on and so forward. That's pretty cool stuff. The enchant collections, in the enchant changing, we're going to make them a very nice price. They shouldn't be at this high. We're going to make them very, very low prices. And they're going to be dropping from Premium Zone as well. Again, some of them from bosses, some of them from Premium Zone. It's just basically the right thing to do. This one's right here, more for preference, the item look and the item prevention look. This is so players don't know what you got on and so on and so forward. However, we do have a system where pretty much tells you whoever enchants something, you could get a notification. This right here give us two things. In my perspective, Cage may have a different view to this, but I love the way I'm visualizing this because it really helped us in the past. And one, having evidence when players are making enchant items among each other is important. That we ran through situations in the past when we didn't have the system where a player had a plus 12 full set, and there was we couldn't find how it was made. We do find that it was there, but it was very difficult because the programmer we had prior, it was an incompetent prick that did not know or did not wanted to actually do certain things. The fact is that implementing this made our job much easier. The community knows and we know. That way, if there is an item in question, guess what? There's witnesses who actually saw live when the item was being created or made. And also we have the database that actually records the record of every item that is made within the day, time, who made it, what account, ID, character, the whole nine yards. So that right there makes it a big, big, big thing. Some of the other items that you're going to find very useful on the cat shop, in my opinion, is going to be the weight drink. The weight drink, if you're going to, because the players are playing right now can tell you that shield is going to be a big factor here. We're not going to make the prior version, the main server we had prior 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, that ran for 2.5 years. We didn't have that factor. We didn't have the shield factor. The binding and unbinding weren't working. Players weren't selling things for shield very much, and pretty much we were focusing on the run thing. And the fact is that this time around, we have a brilliant mind that is also waking up mind. It is telling me, that's not good. And I like it. Even though the communication is absolutely incredible, I do not mind when Cage comes to me and say, bro, Sig, that is not going to work. Nope, let's not do it. And I go with him because the fact is that he's showing a level of incredible skills and incredible shaping of this game that I don't mind giving him the boot back and say, you know what, you carry it. Go ahead and do what you think is the right thing to do. And the fact is, he's done that. I'm fucking excited because every time he makes a decision about what we should do, it's fucking astronomical. Every time he came, bro, I have a little surprise for you. When I came home from work and I saw for the first time the boss system, and I saw the warehouse, and I saw the other boss system where when you're inside the castle and the fucking bridge just dropped and creates a tactical system for guilds and other players to actually strategize. And that is absolutely incredible, right? So it is something that we're trying to lean to it, right? To more of the player behavior and the player wanting and the player's need. Of course, everybody has a different idea. Everybody has a different opinion. We're just trying to meet as many of you in the center as possible. But at the same time, we have to take in consideration that this game has been around for quite a while, and it's not as easy as some people may think to tweak and shift things around. But we are actually making a big difference. And there was a couple of people yesterday that I spoke directly in the game, and a couple of people posted on the Discord. By far, in the last 15 years that I played this game, the best fucking version ever. Smooth, the graphic system is incredible, everything. I can't complain. There's nothing that this game has now that I can. Yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement. There's no question about that. But we're going to continue doing that. All right, let's move on. Speed drinks, one of my favorite. It allows your character to move 25% faster, and we already proved that it does work incredible. So that is amazing. Weight drinks, speed drinks, the Menace, which also is another one that we need to focus. I think we need to change the name because Menace, it doesn't really give much to it. Yeah, some people may understand that definition, but most people don't. Yeah, if you increase your GE by 2, blah, 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 blah. But we should call it a more direct name to give it the right representation. So we're going to be doing that very soon. All of these little things are going to be probably dropping, but those are more like little cool stuff. Like, for example, those are sound effects that are pretty cool. Let's see if we can get the sound up here. And if we open this, you hear, actually it sounds pretty cool when the rain is here. And of course, ah. Anyways, HP and MP drinks, I think we already talked about that. Let's see. This right here, basically, they're normally when you are actually at war with a guild. When you're at war with a guild, I don't remember the way they actually work, but it's supposed to give um, some kind of sound effect or something. I don't really remember the whole functionality of this. It's a war cry curse and the war cry provocative, I guess. And we'll find out. We'll find out. Of course, this is where the goods are. Hour of Brilliance. Okay, so we have the 1.5, the 1.3 EXP. You have the 10, 20, 30 hours. We all know what that are. The 1.5 and 1.3 EXP, they cannot stack with each other. I know back in when we were playing, players would be able to stack the VIP and the fact is that that was right there, not something that we intentionally wanted to do. And my request to the old programmer to fix it, it never got fixed because they didn't have the skills to actually fix it. There's quite a few things in the game that were happening, and players thought that they were pretty cool when it comes to the gameplay and so on and so forth. But those are things that could have been fixed and make the gameplay a little bit more intensify and better in so many different ways without creating a culture of skipping or making things easier for player. I'm not saying that should be so hard, but making things without hard work, it's just seem not suitable. So we're going to add the VIPs, 10, 20, 30 hours, and the 1 month. We're going to have also the 1.5, 1 month as well. The group warm-up arrays, they're going to be stackable. Of course, this item works for the master, but I believe also works for any player who has it on, so you'll be able to increase at 1.3. So it's going to be stackable. So let's say, for example, I have a premium VIP item on me, and then I go into a party. If I pop one of those bad boys, then my XP is going to increase 1.3. We were doing some testing on this in many different levels. Once we get to a full outcome, we'll go ahead and write something out for you guys to have a better understanding on our Discord for the party system. At the same time, the party system is being worked on. We actually did quite a few things in the last few days. I don't yet want to say much about it because I don't think we have concluded that particular aspects of it. So just suspect that we are going to have a party system where I believe it's either everybody gets, something equally, or it's going to be based on the level balancing that you have between each other. So if your level different is going to be, let's say you have 15 level differences, then you may have different scaling when it comes to EXP as much as you will have when you're playing single. So if you're R6 and then a player is let's say R3, the R6 training where the R3 is training shouldn't get the same experience. The R3 still, starting. So they get the higher percentage. Once you have reached a rank, your increased percentage will drop, right? Rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forward. Every time you reach a higher rank, you have to consider that, you're going to get a little bit less. And yeah, the mob may say, the experience may say certain things, but you will see the mob experience will change slightly. Not dramatically, but just slightly. It's just the way it used to be back in the days and the way the scale of the experience has been settled for many games as our research kind of, turns out to be. So let's see. This item right here, this is called the God Blessing. We're gonna change the name as well. There's no, I don't get it. This is supposed to be an enchant card rating, a 10% increase. 10%? Give me a break, please. No, I believe it should be an item that should double the drop, not 10% increase. Especially now that we have, and when I say we, I mean Cage. He has created a complete different drop system for the enchant cards. I mean, completely different. So it's not the same drop list at all. It's like a whole different mechanical system. So it's, Benji and I didn't even work on that. The cards were completely removed out of the drop list. So they drop from a different system. So they don't get calculated on the drop system as the items do. They get separate calculation. At that point, before, when if you would have gotten two items, let's say a weapon and an armor, or a weapon and an armor card, at this point you can actually get the weapon and armor item plus the card that drops in a different system. So instead of getting just the two, you get the two plus the cards. It's just amazing. So it gives you more opportunity to farm more items to get more, right? Summary and stance. Let's see. We did this. This is called the item drop rate. It is also a 1.5. Like I said, this one should have been also 1.5, not 10%. It should have dropped automatically like that, but there should have been a beautiful combination of all of them. And then the VIP supposed to give pretty much all three of them. Supposed to give you the experience, supposed to give you the item drop rate, and it's supposed to give you also the enchant card 10%, or should I say, in my opinion, double. And it also gives you the entry to premium zone, right? Back then they used to be stackable, but those VIPs are already incredibly valuable to be stackable. So you have to make a choice whether you're going to get the 1.5 or the VIP, which is 2.0, right? It gives you ×2 experience. That being said, I'm just going to move on to a few other things that we might. I want to kind of touch again on the skills. Some players are asking me. We do apologize that we have not yet created I did put a Discord channel with a couple of screenshots of where the skills are and so on, but I want to do something more profound. I want really the players to have a quick access to this information. And the fact is that we have removed all skills from the entire drop table. So you get all the hybrid skills for 100K. They're not expensive. I was with the Korean programmer, and he walked me through his game. And when he explained to me where he put the skills, only the hybrid. He has the regular skills dropping, but only the hybrids. I felt it was a good idea. However, he has them for 1 million shield. Here, they're going to be only 100. And I don't think players should suffer to get skills. It is sad when a player has to go up there for 2-3 hours just to find a skill, and it's not dropping where he can get a great experience. He has to go back freaking 7 maps down just to try to get the skill that he missed, or so on and so forth. And that happens for one reason and one reason only. It is because prior versions, the leveling, it was too fast, and it pretty much, you scale from level 0 to 150 and nothing. And we kind of proved that in this testing. We have quite a few players over the level 150. If we wouldn't have done the skills as we put them in the NPCs, players were still asking a lot for skills, for their alts, and so it's just too much headache. We're trying to remove as much frustration as possible from the player. Less frustration, more fun. That's what we're trying to replace the frustration. I'm going to go to Barter Square very quickly. All right. Shop right here. This, for those who don't know, this is the premium zone entry right here. Warehouse, sorry, not that. This one right here is your premium Premium Zone. Oh, this is the VIP, so you guys haven't seen it. For those who don't, but it's right here. And all the skills. They're going to be right here. Of course, you're going to have your white page. You're going to have your dark. And then you have your close and range. Simple as that. I'm actually tempted to remove this highlight right here, this whole, you'll be able to still teleport here, right? You're just not going to see this whole light. That way you can actually see this pretty amazing structure. And not only that, this could become a pretty cool guild screenshot area, right? Like you come over here and the whole guild can be here in the back, real cool stuff. So if we remove this, we'll see. I'm going to talk to Cage. Maybe because I think it does work without it. This is just a visual. It could be removed. And that way when you come back from Premium Zone, you just pop right here. The same thing when you go to Veil. When you go to Veil, there's no teleport there. And like when you die, you go right here. Like most of them are actually in this spot right here or this spot right here. When you teleport, it brings you like right here. Let's see. Let's buy a teleport. Nope, Taros, one Veil. Boom. Oh, right in front of your warehouse, actually. Look at that. That brings you right here. Perfect, exactly. And there's no teleport here, so that's a beautiful thing. So we might be able to remove that from there and get it done. The feedback for the new mirrors, wow, thank you guys. It definitely looks really nice. Also, the feedback for Marchland, hell fuck yeah. I asked some players, they've been there, they're grinding it in there really hard and they're loving it. They're like, bro, I haven't get stuck once. Yeah, there's one or two players they don't like it. It's not that they don't like what we've done. It's just period. They never had liked the map because they feel the heart through the center, going through the crack of the land and so on and so forward. I actually feel it's one of my favorite maps. Maybe a map that we quite spent some time in there. Back in the days, it was one of the maps that we had. Because Darkhold, it was a different structure. That one, it was much better. Look, a lot of players, when they travel through a map, they're asking, not a lot, quite, only a few. We said, well, why this guy got a ring and I didn't? We said, yeah, well, that's what an item does. An item, it's not going to get picked up by every single player, especially if it's a special item. It's going to have its uniqueness, not rarity, but its uniqueness. And uniqueness means that not everyone has it, only a few. That brings different perspective to the economy of the game. Players will have items to trade that other players don't have. And that means a lot. Actually, it means everything. Well, what's the point of every player having everything? Then there's no economy, there's no trade, there's no nothing. And we need to have a trade system. We need to have an economy where players are communicating with each other. I need this, I need that. Hey, you have this, can I buy it from you? Can I trade for this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Players, opening NPC and barter square and selling unique items, not rare. They can sell the rare items, but they have unique items that are going to be able to enjoy saying, hey, you have a plus 10 this, I have an amulet that is plus whatever. How about I help you increase your stats while you help give me a better weapon. So it's just pretty much what it is. You may once in a while see a little tiny mob here, but that's fine. No big deal. They go through this door, not through this. Marchland. Let's go to Marchland real quick. Do I have a premium zone on me? Let's see. I don't think so, because I stayed logged in last night. Yeah, I was still. I actually freaking love the new skins that I made for this. They look so nice. Look at that. Ah, let's go. Yeah, yeah. So for those who didn't know why Marshland had so many dead spots, it is because the visual of these trees right here, you see these trees right here? When you try to go through it, it stuck you. This is what the players used to go through. And then if you didn't have, let's say, these three trees here, and you try to come through here with a big herd, blah, 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 through this location, and then all of a sudden you try to come here, you get stuck. And then if you try to move around it, then the mobs will get stuck here. At least having the actual visual will not put you in a position of going through here. It will make you go through around the land, and you won't have to get stuck nowhere, right? Which I love it. I freaking love it. Not only that, we also analyze the 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 headache that when you are, when you are in Bygone, if you already know the game, and you're Bygone, and then, sorry, you're in March, not in Marchland, in Darkhold, and then you need to go to town. It brings you right back to the town of of Bygone. And then if you need to go back to Darkhold, you had to travel the whole map of Bygone, the whole map of Marchland, and then most likely you be at the top end or north end of the Darkhold, which takes you to travel almost the entire map, which kind of sucks. And that discourage people. So we put a teleport in the middle of Marchland to kind of meet you halfway, right? Now this teleport here, you don't have to go to if you're here, you don't have to go to Bygone to do anything. You can just come here, and automatically it will bring you to. Let's see if it's there. Yeah, okay. It will bring you to the Age of Cignare Premium Zone. Then from here, you can just put, I believe, home. Oh shoot! Wait, why? Return. Let's see. Okay, so I guess that shouldn't done that. We got to check that out. But anyways, the entry to the castle is right here. You repot. And then the beautiful thing is that if you repot, then you can just press return and it brings you right back to where you were in Marchland. Or you can just take the teleport and go back to Marchland right here. At least it's only a trip from here to here. Not all the way from Bygone all the way to Darkhold and then going back down here from Darkhold to the castle and then going back to Bygone all the way to Dark. It's just going to be a frustrating. So this is going to be beautiful for you guys. We already finished them. I'm making the list for Cage. Let's see. For this map, because the mobs you see, they're already done. As you can see when we go in, they just have, for some reason, I don't know why we didn't put them in, but I thought we did, but I guess we didn't, but we do. We'll take care of it. So the bots, this is basically, some people are asking me the the Zill was a little hard. And I said, well, yeah, it's a little hard. And I'll tell you why. So we have the first, second teleport. Zill is right here on the third one. So if you're level 100 or 130, 140, you should be around this area. And yeah, maybe in the beginning of this, but when you're at the end of it, which is Zill, you gotta, at 150 you should be, but you have to have a better armor to kind of be in that area. So a +8 set may not be suitable. +10 set maybe. I would say at the speed the game experience and the quality of life will go when we go live, I believe by the time you get here, you'll be able to farm in there without a problem. Again, the mobs and the experience hasn't been balanced, so that's why, and the items as well. So that's why it's I wouldn't say a controversial, more of an inconvenience for the player at this point. But at the same time, it's actually incredible because due to that which they have gotten there so far and so fast, allow us to build the road for you guys. It's because of what you guys are doing so fast that we can actually attack things on a fair manner. There is a particular corner you have to go. I don't think it takes the whole thing. There you go from the left, right side. Yeah, I think Nika is already done. Yeah, I think I did Nika. Yeah, it's already done. Those are the new skin Actually, I changed the face, as you can see. It's no longer the old face. Look at it right there. It's like a mask on it. That's crazy. If you guys were to see how I actually did that, that's crazy. Let me see. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Look at that. Actually, a match with the whole thing. It looks pretty cool. I actually made like 7 different leashes, so we might be able to kind of change them up later on. We just wanted to get a start for it, which we did. And then, of course, the Banshees. Yeah, the Banshees were okay to do. This ones were a little harder. There are a few mobs that were a little harder than others to do. And of course, we have one of the Dimension Worm. This is actually, I think it's an Ultra boss, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's an Ultra boss. So this is going to be an epic boss. It's going to be freaking insane. Let's see. I'm going to go to the beach real quick. Actually, beach is here. This was when I saw it my favorite map. It was my favorite one. We haven't put mobs outside here. This is, I think you're gonna see the. Not sure which mob we're gonna put here. I think it was the Earth Elemental on the outside and the piranhas. Now this piranhas here, this is gonna be insane. If you remove this, how fast they move. I'm about to die, watch. I don't have a... I don't... Look, they freaking drain me. Boom, I'm out. They ate me alive. They went nuts. Oh, medic! Medic! How you put medic? Oh, wow. This is crazy. And then Kingsland is one of my favorite maps. But this one, the beach, was one of my favorite. It was like the number one, and then it's after after Cage build the King's Mace. I'm like freaking in awe. He was messing around with the skin on this here. We're trying to see if we can find a new environment, but we'll get to that. This will be go back to normal very soon. And of course, we have the Rage boss here. So when you kill this boss, he doesn't move. We didn't want players. Where is she? Oh no, she's inside. Um, we didn't want the players to kind of run around and find her. So we kind of just, she's stuck right here. She doesn't move until you touch her, right? Once you touch her, yeah, she'll go after you. And she's quite strong. But when you kill her, then you go. Let's see. It takes you right here to the center with the boss, and then here you kill the Rage boss. And then once you kill the Rage boss, it brings you back to the castle. Boom, and you die. You're pretty much there. To get here, you don't have to do massive damage. All you have to do is touch the boss, and you become part of the participation. That's pretty much it. So I think we have shown those quite a few. And let's go to my favorite, my new favorite map. Let's go. This is it right here, baby. Let me put my Of course, this map is going to be an insane. And as you guys remember, a lot of the times when you're grinding through here, I remember doing events here, and every time you took a turn, you got stuck. Well, you didn't get stuck. The mobs got stuck here, and they couldn't go through here because there was a wall all the way. Now you don't have to worry about any of that. You can actually grind. Let me. I don't want to die, so let me. Put my God mode on. Let me take my amulet. And you see everything will come after me. They won't get stuck on the edges. They're literally, you'll be able to walk the entire, and trust me, you won't get away. And they'll come from here. They'll come to you. If you get on the right spot, they'll come. Same thing here, I believe. Some of them are a little too further, but it's okay. You're going to have a lot. They'll see you. Look at this. It's insane. This is going to be an amazing grinding map for high levels. I mean, amazing. Look at the distance. You can still get them from a distance. They follow you even if you're far away. This one is the map. Where is this one? I think this is after Nika. So you have to go through the. You have to go to this map first. Let me show you. It's the second teleport after Dark Hole. When you're in Dark Hole, after Dark Hole, this is the map that which is the Chimeras will be here. Let me, this is what I took the screenshot of the thumbnail that I'm using right now. Let's see. So if you see this river, now, where is it? This way, I think it's this way. No, the river is this way. I think it's this way, yep. There it is. But Nika is right here. You see this dot right here, the green dot? That's where Nika is. So you have this lava river, which is the one that takes you to that map. But there's a map in between. There's a, let me see if I can go to the right here. I think it's this way. This way, right through here. And there's a left right here. There should be a teleport to Nika. Right here. There is she. Then from here, you go all the way to the back of Nika and it takes you to the King's Maze. Right here, then you have to go all the way to the back. I'm just going to shortcut. That way we don't have to travel that much. Let me put my amulet because, again, the Alt, as you can see, it won't click on any mob, so you can actually smoothly travel. We were talking about with a few players, we may find another location for that functionality, so that players can kind of feel more comfortable with that. We want to make it as smooth and as easy as possible. Okay, so here, this is the one that brings you to the King's Maze, and this is where we are, right? In the King's Maze, you have to go, of course, to go through Nika, if you don't have an amulet, it's going to definitely stink. It's going to feel like stink on doo-doo. And then I believe through here, there's another teleport like right here, which is the one that brings you back to the premium zone, Age of Cignare premium zone castle, also known as Magua. Right here, and then from here you go back to premium zone, AOC, boom, right here. Now, if you're testing and we haven't meet in game or anything, just send me a message. I would like to hook you up, get some catch, and get you a couple of rings and stuff so that you can kind of test some stuff. You will be getting some enchant rings. I mean, some rings around the way, and I don't think the amulets are properly dropping, so we'll fix all that. It's going to be fixed. It's definitely going to be fixed. What was the other thing I wanted? Ah, that's okay. You're giving me an amulet. Oh, bro. Let's see. Oh, there goes our bad boy right here. So this boy hasn't been scaled yet, but and I don't think it has any items. But the King Beholder uh, is definitely going to be an amazing boss. Of course, this is Cage creation. He's the one that actually created this boss. Something none of us seen before. When I saw this for the first time, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I literally was like,
Emotional damage.
"I don't believe you did that." Let's go.
My fucking god.
Let's do it. I was like, yeah, oh my fucking god. That's fucking insane. I mean, he really out outdo himself for real. I love the teleports and how he wanted to relate the environment of the map next to the teleport. Just freaking insane. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it. Um, Bygone. No, not Bygone. Sorry, Bicar. Which I'm extremely tempted to change the name. Some of these names don't fit within the environment. We're going to put something more up to date. Pretty cool stuff. I think this is Bicar right here. Yeah, Bicar. And I changed also the all the map uploading. As you can see, they all change. Everything is being completely reshaped. We haven't put mobs here, but I believe we're gonna have a decent mob here. We have I think it's one of the gas. I think it's the gas that's gonna be here. Not sure. And you got the giants, the not the giants, the big bearfish. These ones are bigger than the one in Taros. A lot bigger. Look at these suckers. A lot bigger. And yes, you're gonna see maybe this is the further you're gonna see them going into the land to actually create a wall through here, which it was never in any version. Anybody that entered to this map, there was never mobs in these maps. And in the Korean version, there's no wall. All the mobs go through everywhere. So as far as last time I saw, if they fix that, then I haven't seen it to be honest with you. But this whole thing was an insane project, and I know the insanity of it because uh, I witnessed when Cage did all this, and it wasn't it wasn't easy. Not something that our previous programmer can actually fucking accomplish. I just have a word for him. There you go. That sounds suitable to you. Yeah. And you get the dungeons here. You get the Dungeon of Cage, named after absolutely our programmer, and then also the Pharaoh's Tomb, and also dedicated to Benji. Let's see. As you can see, that's going to be the Pharaoh's Tomb. We're going to change this name right here. We're going to put it in really nice letters, and they're right there. I actually increased the zoom out for you guys. Uh, I could have just leave it at a certain point here where you guys had to figure out where to go, but again, we're trying to increase the quality of life and have you guys navigating through certain maps priorly was very, very difficult. It's also an increase of quality of life, and I think that makes it much better. Yeah, all this stuff here, unfortunately, we can't control that, but it makes it pretty nice when you can actually be in the dungeon and see. Yeah, some other people may have a different opinion. So no, they shouldn't see. They should be able just to discover and travel around the land and blah blah blah. This is the one that goes to the premium zone. This is the entry, and I believe there's another one which is on the other side. The one that takes you to, I think it's straightforward, to the next dungeon. Yeah, actually no. This is the one that takes you to the next dungeon. I think it's this one. Well, the amulets and the ring, we have about nearly about 100 rings and 100 amulets. We have about 75 enchanting amulets and 75 ring. They're enchantable. It's a lot. They all carry different statistics levels, right? And they are going to be based on ranking and class. So for the art one, you're going to see rings, enchantable rings for amulets. Enchantable amulets and rings for R1 for all three classes. Same thing for R2, all three classes, and so on and so forward, all the way to R10. We do have also an insane amount of rings and amulets that are not level required. They're more like specific things. Like, for example, the invisible amulet. The invisible amulet allows you to go through mobs, right? We all know the invisible amulets. To go through mobs without being seen, meaning that they won't hit you, right? You have to take your amulet off if you want to start grinding hard. Like, for example, here, which originally we're going to put the buff, the king beholders and the gargoyles. We change that. But if you go here and you take your amulet off, they're all going to come after you. They'll be able to see you. It's just one of the few things that different rings and amulets will do. For example, the ring of remembrance. The ring of remembrance, if you put question mark home, it brings you back to the main town that you were prior, or then you go return. It could be capital or non-capital letters, doesn't matter. And wait, I used the wrong code. Return. And it brings you right back to where you were. This is an amazing item for those who are hardcore players, or for every player, because it allows you to go back to town. You can go ahead and sell all the goods to get shield and come back to where you were and keep your journey, right? We do have one. It's called the home ring. That one is going to be dropping fairly. This is going to be more of a rare item. There's no pleasure in having every single player in the game own that item. So it's just, there's no pleasure. So yeah, there's going to be some items that are going to be set for certain bosses. And until you be able to get to those bosses and so on and so forth. The bosses are going to have different tiers of drops. We will be expanding on that information once it's implemented. So you're going to have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Oh, no, you're not stupid. You just didn't know, my man Ron. No, don't say that. You're not. Look, bro, there's a lot of items and accessories. I don't know what they do. I went through the database, and when I start discovering all these items, I don't know what half of them do. I do know like the basic ones that we used to use and those who we kind of know throughout the years. But to be honest with you, in the last 15 years, for those you speak English and have played an English version servers, you've never seen but only the basic rings and the basic amulets, the ones that you already know from 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only in the versions 10, 11, 12, sorry, that's when it started. And I remember when I was GMO in the Total War version. A great experience for me to be a player and also become a GM, a wonderful community. I had a great experience and I learned a lot. But we never saw those amulets and rings there. Yeah, you have your reincarnation amulet, your invisible amulet, you have other amulets for mages and so on and so forward. You have the rings, the ring of fear, I think dexterity, and then you have the wizardry ring and all that. Those are the basic stuff that most people knew. But when you see the inventory of amazing rings that will be able to increase your stats. So I'm going to give you a quick perspective. So in the last 15 years, most players haven't been able to enjoy the increasing of this unless they actually go out there and train hard and level up, right? The rings and amulets that we have didn't increase too much the magic, the resistance, the defense, none of that. It's just we didn't have it. Now, due to large inventory of amulets and ring, the players will be able to now have a ring and amulet and a helmet, which actually, let me see if I can make one of the helmets. Let me see if I can, let me give you one of them real quick here. I have one right here. Where are you? Helmet. Let's use the dragon helmet for a second. Let's see if this one comes out nice. Where are you? There you are. 51, 62. Let me do this one real quick so you can see. Now this is an helmet right here. Look at it, real cool. Look at that, the dragon helmet, and it will be able to be fittable. Unfortunately, there is no visual to it. There's no visual. I would love to see if the system, because I believe we do have a system for visual, and it comes to the helmet. We actually do have also the encrypted file that shows that there is actually a helmet that could be put in top of the character, right? Maybe a little thing that goes through here. So, but it seems like the representation of it didn't match very much the items, the armors and the weapons. So that right there in itself, I believe it became hard to do. So they just did it like rings and amulets, which I think is cool. So bottom line, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 different items. They are enchantable to be able to increase your stats. So now you don't have to get stuck with a plus 10 armor and a plus 10 weapon. You can also have a plus 10 ring, a plus 10 amulet, and a plus 10 helmet. That itself, instead of, 4 pieces of armor and 1 weapon, right? Maybe the shield for the clothes, which the shield only going to work for clothes class. Then guess what? Now you have another 3 to add on to these stats. So you'll be able to increase your defense, your many different things. Some of them will increase strength, dexterity, intelligence. Some of them will increase defense, attack, magic, or resistance. Of course, depending on what class that ring is, and and what ranking and how good of enchanting you get it, then guess what? But again, you're gonna have a variety of things that you're gonna work with. Now, these 2 pieces right here, they're empty. Of course, they're also absolutely astronomical for future add-ons, more perks, more accessories. Who knows what we can put there? I really don't know. Maybe we can have 2 amulets and 2 rings, right? Maybe you'll be able to have your non-enchantable, sorry, your non-enchantable amulet here and non-enchantable rings in here. Then these 2 pieces here, you can only use enchantable items, such as the enchantable rings and enchantable amulets. So you will use here, let's say, the amulet, for example, this one, it will go here, and then this one will go here. And then these 2 pieces could be, or the other way around. It's just an idea, not something where it's implemented or anything, just an idea. There's 2 empty spaces, of course, we can use them. Let's see what we can do in the future for that. But to kind of close on the topic of the rings and amulets, again, you will have an insane amount of rings and amulets. And actually, I'm gonna even go a bit further. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. Let me move. What the hell are you doing there? That's my workshop, my personal workshop. Let's see where you are. I actually, let's see. No, this is not the one. I'm gonna pretty much reskin all the rings and amulets. So I've created quite a few. Actually, there's right here. Let me see if I can actually come out with. Let me see. Okay, so this one right here was one of the first ones that I kind of liked. Hopefully we can get this one open. Come on, open, buddy. There it is. So you guys see these rings and amulets. Wait, where are you going? My character is moving. All right, so you have these rings and amulets that I created, and they're already kind of implemented. And I have them on my other test version, which, a lot of the enchant rings and amulets, they have repetitive icons. So we want to find unique icons that will match the theme of the actual item itself, right? The actual ring and the actual amulet. Um, so I don't know. I think this is going to be a really cool thing to do. I'm already working. I already designed over 300 to 400 rings. This is sort of the idea that I'm getting. I'm trying to come out with a concept that is going to be suitable for the game. At the same time, I want to remove a lot of the old vanilla visuals for some of the items, right? Like the rings and amulets. Um, Look at this one right here, or this one right here was the one. Actually, no, where is it? This one right here. Sorry. So this little wings and feathers right here feels like the home ring to me. And the home ring is kind of like a bluish, and it has a little stone on top of it. That's why this one right here were created, because the way that I created the prompt for the artificial intelligence to create this rings for me, it was like quite large, because I went in the way I create my prompts. I pretty much implement the visualization and the actual vanilla style of the game to the prompt, and then the request of the pretty much reshaping of that visual that you see. And this is what comes out. A lot of people, well, you go ahead and type something, and then yeah, on an AI, and it comes out. But if you learn how to create prompt properly, you'll be able to get the best out of them. And I've in the last 12 months, actually almost 2 years, I've been learning, increasing my skills of prompting creation to be able to provide a level of skins that we've been seeing in our platform. And you will be seeing that quite often. But anyways, this is some of the idea of the rings that we are going to be kind of pretty working on. I think we also have, there was another one that I saw. I think it's, no, that's this one. Let's see, this one, I think. Yeah, this is a downscale, but not so realistic. This is more of a cartoonage, but at the same time, it do have that 3D graphic, gaming MMORPG style, which also brings colorful to the screen, right? It brings pretty nice shapes and colors to the screen. At the same time, if you see the shapes of, I was trying to aim here for several things. As you can see, some of them have different designs in the inside, and in the top you see like a knife. You see it made out of feather, and anyways, there's quite a few of them that can be used. It not necessarily has to be a ring or an amulet. We can turn such of an item, we can turn them into an amulet. I mean, not an amulet, a potion style looking, or any other type of, look at this one. It looks like a vase with the little fire inside. This one here as well. This one here as well. So not necessarily has to be a ring and an amulet. We can rename the actual item and create a sort of a new classification in terms of the rings and amulet. We can even say, oh, hey, guess what? Now we have potions that you can use, and and we can create stats for those as well. But the room for ideas and to expand and to reshape is there. We do have the opportunity extremely. It's just incredible. Same thing for some of the things that I've been trying to reshape. Uh, when it comes to the mob skins, yeah, that it's been one of the first projects that I did, but everything else has been an amazing journey. And I'll tell you what, man, the moment we find ourselves in a comfortable position, you guys are going to see a lot of changes. You're going to see a lot of new things. You're going to see changes you've never seen before. Absolutely incredible. And make no mistake, that is going to separate us from everybody else. And yes, we got our files stolen, and we have many things from my server that was stolen by this thief, fucking James Ryan, and he will pay his price. The law will take him. And make no mistake, there's a thing about when you break the law, they normally catch up to you one way or another. And he's going to get a nice surprise. I have so much evidence, overwhelming evidence, to prove that he completely stole my intellectual property. At that point, this is not about the game. The intellectual property belongs to me. I pay for it. I own it. He stole it. Period. And now he's trying to open a server and trying to bring something that look, if this motherfucker would have stuck with us, he would have been learning from an actual programmer, and he probably would have been able to sharpen his skills. But he never gave Cage the day. He never. Every time Cage tried to reach out to him, he shut him down. Many times he say, no, don't let him in the server. Don't do this. Don't do that. And he completely shut him out. Yeah, Cage always, and I would say always, was a gentleman. Always brought up his ideas, or should I say his intentions, to me in an incredible way. That was why, right? I actually, and to be honest with you, and I feel horrible about it. Like, I do fucking feel horrible because I actually thought it was him. And the reason I actually thought that he was the one that opened the server, because he was the only one that I knew around that had the skills to put something like that. And it turned out that I was absolutely unequivocally wrong. The fact, he saved us. He saved our server. He saved our game. He saved our project. And not only saved it, reshaped it, completely reinvented the whole vision that I have for the last 15 years since 2013 that I opened my very first server. He completely reshaped it. The whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Anyways, bro, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about, I will say because this all deserves this, pretty much. And at the end, he's going to get a, yep, you ain't going to have a happy ending, motherfucker. Well. I'm almost done with this. Pretty much just trying to give you guys a little tiki of everything. And I got them from a few players. When we're going to add the accessory card here, hopefully that is going to be implemented in the near future. Not extremely of a priority right now, but it will be a priority because this is also going to help the players to make sure their inventory don't get full, right? With 100 million cars and they can't stack them. At that point, that was one of the main reasons players wanted a second account or a third account. Shit, when I used to play the 2006 version, 2007, I had about what, 80? And when I mean 80, like A0, I have about 80 accounts. I still have the book with all my accounts, ID, and passwords from back in 2007. That's how crazy it was. It's insane. I had about 25 or 30 accounts. There were Kings 1, King 2, King 3, King 4, King 5, all the way to like King 35. Each of the king belonged to the Medieval Kings Guild. And that's how I set up all my accounts for the guild. I have so much shit for the guild. It's just incredible. Anyways, holy bugger. I'm going to leave you guys. I thank you so much for watching, man. It's so incredible, so many things that we going through in the last few days and the last few weeks. It's overwhelming, to be honest with you. It's really, really overwhelming. And the fact is that, you know, I wasn't expecting such a pace. I wasn't expecting any of that. It's just like, my expectations have been met and exceeded in ways I didn't imagine. So I'm still trying to process things that we still haven't shared with you guys. It's just crazy. Anyways, I really thank you for everybody that has been giving us feedback. Every single player that we have in the game, which is about 25, 30 accounts, more than 80% of you have been playing, actually in different time zones. Some of you play throughout the day, but most of you play throughout the different time zones. I'm so happy to experience and looking forward to everything. I thank you so much, Rummer. I really appreciate you. We do have quite a few, maybe 2 or 3 players that never played the game before, and they're actually having a blast. And I'm having a blast explaining the basic stuff that are completely different than what it used to be, right? And of course, once we get the mob balance, the items balance, and the experience balance, that's it. That's going to be pretty much the whole cake. Everything else is going to be, as one say, a cherry on top, right? Um, Once we go live, then we're gonna start working on the fun stuff. The PvP arena, party system has been working on. War system definitely is going to be absolutely incredible. I believe the ideas the cage have for the war system is going to get you guys going. It's going to pump you guys up. It's going to spark you. It's going to energize you guys. And I'll tell you, the war system right now is not so bad. It just needs someone to attend it. It needs someone to put a little tweaky here and a little tweaky there, right? With that being said, I believe the war system is going to be super califragilistic, bro. It is going to be amazing. And I will have to say that a few other implementations, such as the quest system, that we have different ideas for the quest system. And the fact is that the quest system could be a very valuable item. Sorry, a very valuable asset to the game. Um, I'm visualizing because I remember back in the days there was an intent to do quests by both the Koreans and the Chinese. And look, I'm not trying to. What we are today is because of that experience we have with those services, and what we are today is it is what it is. But it wasn't implemented properly, and it didn't work very well. That's why it then became a thing, right? Then once it was implemented, it lasted one version, or it got taken off in the middle of the version, and then boom, the newer version then brought the system because it required knowledge to really work around it. And a lot of the times it's not that easy to work something that has already been written, especially it may have a certain percentage on a different language, in this case Korean. So it's not that easy to really go through all this and through all that. Um, but anyways, I believe Quest is going to be a very good implementation. There's few other ideas for rewarding system that I believe if we do, brainstorm properly or analyze them properly, because we have quite a few in the table. We haven't written down quite a few that might potentially become a very interesting, idea. And my whole perspective is, if you're going to take the players away from the grinding, away from the gaining more levels, you have to do it in a way that you're going to get their attention. You have to make it very attractive and almost impossible to resist, right? Because if I'm a player and you're giving me an event that is going to give me less than what I'm gaining, then no, it's not going to be fun. It may be fun for a few minutes, but the outcome is not going to be I'm on top. So that being said, if we're going to take the players away from the grinding, then guess what? We are going to try our best to make sure that is fun, right? For example, the boss system, ensuring that, standby, speed hacker, macro pickups, and just drop stealings do not occur anymore. If you work very hard to kill a boss, you will be rewarded. Simple as that. It should not be a question when it comes to that. So no more drops in the floor. You kill a boss, you will get a roll of a dice based on your participation, and that's how you're going to get rewarded. Again, that system is still is newly implemented. For those who have killed the bosses and may have considered an unfair outcome, give us an opportunity, please. We will definitely we're going to shape them properly. Right now, we just implement them, and we needed you guys to actually kill them, and because we never tested it with players, we only tested it with the team, 4 or 5 people, but we never tested the actual gameplay with the bosses. And it seems like it's going to be absolutely incredible. It's just need to be, completed, and it's not completed. So that being said, or the only thing I would request from player, other than your incredible and devoted feedback is also patient, right? Cage is only one man, and I know you guys love reaching out to him because he's your friend. He was a player for many years, and I get it. I get it. I would too. That is, and I'm gonna tell you, that is one of the reasons I actually own this game today, because I reached out to the owner, to the programmers, to the people that were involved, and I became friends, and I became part of the team, and I became part of the project. And I understand that. But Cage is only one person, and a lot of the times we get blinded for the excitement and maybe other things, and then we don't realize that uh, he's in the middle of certain things, and he wants to answer as much as he can, but sometimes it makes him very difficult for him to to actually answer to everybody at least on time, or it may take a minute or a couple of hours or maybe even into the next day. My advice to you is this: if you do have great feedbacks, and if you do have something that it will be valuable into your perspective, then put it on the Discord. We do have a channel there that you can give us your idea, you can give us your perspective, and I think that's gonna stay in the record there, so that we can go back and look at it, right? And a lot of the times, communicating with just only one of us, and might it might go into a so many people message this person, or the conversation become so much that what was said gets forgotten. While if you actually post it on Discord, then guess what? We do have an opportunity to revisit as many times, and maybe uh, uh, when we are actually looking for certain things, we can go and see the information that is present, and might be able to help us very, 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 very much. So yeah, he's just one man. So yeah, definitely, I just wanted to tell you guys to give us a little patience and consideration. But again, we're working with so much love, with so much passion, and the commitment and dedication that we have for this project and for you, the community, and the outcome that we want is astronomical, never seen before. And I feel that once we go live on Steam, we will have newer members. We're gonna have new members of our community. We're gonna grow. I believe we will, and I believe this game will be having a couple of hundred players. I believe we will. Once some of the players out there, and we are going to allow, even the Chinese community and the Korean community, everybody's welcome. We do not want to exclude anybody, only those who have intentionally harmed this project, who has intentionally defrauded this project through the PayPal system, which we have so much evidence of the players who did this, nearly $5,000 fraudulented between 5, 6 people. Um, those who have directly has assist the person who stole it from us, we're excluding those people, because if I'm gonna tell you this: if you come to me and you say you're my friend, but you're helping the person who robbed me, no, you're not my fucking friend. I don't give a shit about you. If you're helping the person who stole from me to actually run what he stole from me, no, I don't. You're not my friend. You're definitely not my friend. So don't come at me to stop sending me messages, because if you did help them directly, and I know who you are, you're not coming in. And there's certain people on the red list and on the black list, they're not coming in. They may be able to get away with it, but once we find out who they are, I'm not asking any fucking questions. Your account will be deleted. Anybody who shared their account with someone who has been banned for those particular reasons in that list, the account will be also deleted. There's no banning, there's only a deletion. Boom, delete, gone, boom, and you're out. So whatever you may consider, do not share your account, right? If you have a player that is inside the game, it's for a reason. So if he's inside the game, it is your risk if you share it. But if you share it with someone that you know is not in the game, it's for a reason. Because they haven't get a key, because they're not allowed. And then I want to check it out. And then you go ahead and share the client, share your code, and share everything. Then bye-bye. And trust me, we have the entire database of the previous version, which I have thousands of IPs where I can compare to. So yeah, they may use a VPN and they get away with this and this and that. But eventually, they always slip, and we'll catch them. Trust me when I tell you. I've been doing this for too long, and those who've been banned for servers, especially this one, they normally are so loud and so noticeable that it's hard for them to hide themselves from, because everybody who knows who they are, and they always tell somebody. And that somebody tells somebody, and that somebody comes and tells us. And then guess what? So don't put yourself in a situation of helping people that have dedicated themselves to destroy this game. They have dedicated themselves to pretty much badger and destroy the hard work that we have put together for you guys. Especially personally, the attacks to me, come on, it's uncalled for. But anyways, we do not want to put ourselves in a position of getting rid of players that really have good intentions. If you do have good intention, if you have a friend, if you want to come in and enjoy what we're doing and give us your feedback and help us build an incredible platform so that could be considered a community game that is based on the aspects of the community, that we work very hard for what the community wants. This is what we want. This is what I want. And eventually, I'm not going to do this forever. Eventually, I'm going to take off my gloves and I'm going to say, Benji, you guys take over. Because that's eventually what I'm going to do. Yeah, it may take a while for now, a couple of years here and there, but by the time it happens, then I will remove myself out of the equation. There will be several rules, or should I say requests, but other than that, I will be removing when the time comes. But other than that, right now, I'm in 100%, and we're going to make this happen. So that being said, I'm going to let you guys with that one. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go ahead and have some lunch, enjoy myself, smoke blunt, have a drink. I don't work today, so I'll be in the game all day long. So if you come in and you message me, I will hook you up. Like, I will hook you up. Get you catch, get you a couple of items here and there, a couple of rings that you can go ahead and move around. You're going to find them anyways. All these rings are dropping anywhere. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. My friends, this is your friend Cignare. Let's go. And I'm out.